Welcome back, Davo. So this is your lead-in time into Q2 for race 2, round 5, Sandown ASRNZ V8 Supercar season 2019. And so we've just got 9 minutes plus a go lap this session. Jeffro just rolling out. John McDonald behind him in second. These guys are rolling out, as you know, Davo, in championship formation. Might have been a little shuffle, but obviously the points won't get worked out to the end of the night. But currently leading into this round, Jeffro was the championship leader.
Yeah, thanks, J-Man. It was, I think it was a bit of a tough race for Jeffro there, but still championship leader, so still first on the road, is that right? Or we think so?
Yeah, we think so, yep.
And yeah, if last qualifying session's anything to go by, this is going to be a cracker.
This will be huge, mate. This will be huge. So just letting these guys come around now, and obviously this is their cycle up lap, so they'll hit it hard, knowing that they've only probably got Nick McIndoe getting really squirrely at the bottom end of Dandenong Road there. So these guys might get 3 runs at it. These guys might punch a lap early and be happy with it, but I would expect most of them to do a minimum of 2.
Shorter quality session?
No, mate. No. This is still a 9 minute plus a lap. So just picked up on board with Josh Vertigo here. So he's into his first fly. He's going to come up on a looking like a wounded 17 car, Kenny Simpson.
Yeah, it did look like an off-road Kenny there. Yeah, as we see Josh run up over the top of the hill there and into the fast S's down the hill into Dandenong there. It's critical bit of the track. Coming up on a, well, we'll call it a back marker. But it is qualifying. I think if he was on a flyer there, that just pretty well destroyed that lap. And he's probably going to concentrate here now on getting that run out of the final corner and get that run down the straight, so he can have a crack at another one.
Yep.
And
still
so
puts him to the top.
Here. It still puts him to the top with
an 8-2.
He definitely got lost some time just running past that. Who's in the blue car there? Anthony Chesno?
Yeah. I think he had some technical issues leading into it, so.
Yeah, nothing malicious, but you know, like I was saying, he was just a little bit in an awkward position. And
the 23 red car in a compromising position down the end of Dandenong Road, but does escape in time before Jeffro gets there. But I'm pretty sure that would have hurt Jeff, so we'll see a sector split coming up.
Again, hard. You know, when the boys are getting so close on their lap times, it's hard to find that little bit of free, clean space. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys, you know, and they'll factor this in to their runs, and it's unfortunate when it happens. You just got to reset and hopefully you have enough time to go again.
You do. It's a part of the game, really, isn't it? You know, it's in real life and in online racing, it's just trying to find that clear bit of track to pull that lap out. So
JB to the top momentarily. We'll see what Josh has got. Josh just punches another number just under a 10th quicker again to go to the top. So these guys just trading times at the moment. They like to see where Ross Macker is and see what sort of split he's got going, because Josh and John at the moment trading times for this front row. Mate,
I've got to give it to John.
Ross Macker here will look like he's going to go P2.
John Macker has been pushing this car so hard to get his times, and really well done, consistently fast, and Josh just pulls that last, 100th out of it, and
he does. He
always grabs him. So
great qualifier.
Great qualifier.
Okay, so John's just taking it back to the pits for a minute. I'm not sure whether he's going to, at 4 minutes to go, I'm sure he'll have another go. So
That almost looked like a little bit of a pit entry practice there, to be honest, J-Man.
Yep. Just picked up on Josh. He's just done a 7.7 to give himself nearly 4.5 tenths on JB at the moment. So that's going to take some beating. Obviously, the second quali session is a little later in the day. Track and ambient temperature might be up, but I can tell you now that the track grip will be down. These guys haven't had a full hour or so's practice leading into this. So Ross Macca up into second on an 8.1. So he's still looking for 4 tenths to get up there, but that's still a quality lap.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, J-Man. As the time winds down, Ross Mack has just pegged John McDonald on the timesheet there by, what is it, 4 thousandths of a second, 4 hundredths of a second. Close qualifying's very similar to the Q1. Nick McIndoe not far behind in fourth with an 08.36. Farmer again not too far behind with a 7.8. So an 08.78. Very close stuff. Steve Melling right behind him, 100th of a second slower on the 7.9. So close stuff. Very similar to Q1.
Yeah, and I think looking at these guys as well, you know, clearly Steve-O and Jeff Rowe close on that sort of same pace again. Farmer showing a really good turn of speed for this one.
Set of heels, yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's had some bad luck in the last couple of rounds. I just wonder whether he's getting enough seat time, you know, like during the week, just so he's settled. But you know, obviously horses for courses sometimes too, and you know these boys will run fast one track and not the other. So
yeah. Just watching Nick McIndoe there, just ranged up on the back of Jeff Burse at the end of that lap. I just wonder whether that might have cost him a little bit. He was certainly looking good, and he only needed a 10th just to grab John. Albeit the same thing, you know. It would have been just switching sides on the side of the road on the second row, but.
Absolutely, and but if you stayed on Nick there, you noticed that he didn't actually pull the car back to pits, and he's still out on track. So he's slowed down, let Jeff go, and he's going to have another crack. So he thinks there's something in the tyre still.
Yeah,
he's going to give it another go.
30 seconds to go. He'll get round there.
Yep.
So Ross doing a really good job then late in the session to be only a 10.5 away from Josh now. Josh
the almighty Josh V.
So it'll be interesting to see what he can make. We're currently looking at his sectors at the moment, so we'll see if Ross Macca can make an improvement. He is a 10th down, so he'd be looking for something special in the last sector. I'm not sure that it's going to be there. Very good down the end of Daniel Rowe. Locks it up, backs it in a little bit, but wiggles the tail on the way out. I don't know if it's going to come this lap, so just stick with it for a second. Josh has given it away. He's put it in the pits. We're in overtime, Davo, so.
Even the slightest oversteer down the end there is
he's
nearly
3 tenths out of it.
Yeah, just the time's not there. It's unfortunate, but
Nick
nice
McIndoe, about
very
3.5
nice into
tenths.
the sevens. So Ross Macca did well there.
He did too.
Very close times.
Um,
So yeah, do you want to go through the top 10 there? That was a good effort there.
yeah, absolutely.
By the
Yeah,
boys.
Josh Vediger in first, Ross Macker in second. This is provisionally, obviously, because Nick's still on a lap. He's not going to make it home. So yeah, John McDonald in third, Nick McIndoe fourth, Farmer in fifth. That's a solid showing from Farmer. Steve Melling in sixth,
Yep.
holds off Jeff Burst in seventh. Aaron Enright, a quality effort. This guy finished, I think, ninth or so in race one. To qualify eighth in race two is a great effort. David Smith coming in ninth, and Kenny Simpson putting that Falcon, that famous 17 Falcon, into the top 10. So well done to all of those guys.
Worthy effort.
We've got a little countdown, and then we'll go to race. So yeah, that's we'll just thank a couple of sponsors, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, Davo. So we're just lining up on the grid here for race 2, ASRNZ V8 Supercar Series 2019 Sandown. Lights are up
Sandown.
with, I guess, a bit of the same as last time. Joshy on the pole position with Ross Macker in second, Nick McIndoe and JB in third and fourth. Lights are out. Josh getting a brilliant start. Looks like Nick McIndoe might have got a pretty healthy start there too, so might just jump on with him and see what's happening back here. John McDonald does get down the inside into one, gives him plenty of real estate, so he'll have an opportunity back down at 2, which he does. Great racing by those guys. A little bit of bump there, and Farmer making a move on Steve Melling as well. So
Yeah.
Jeff tucks in behind Steve-O. Solid start from all these guys. We'll see if we count.
Yes, yeah, nice and tidy. Difficult, technical bit of track to have a bunch filled in, and the boys have done well.
They have. Those cars all getting pretty upset at the left-hand bump heading down Sandown Road. Once again, great opening lap from Josh and Ross to get away. Hopefully, we saw Ross in race 1 of the sprint race just get a little wrong on the fuel numbers, Davo, so I'd say he would have rectified that come race 2.
Yes, looking forward to the fuel numbers. It's the commentators up here in the box love that when the boys get it wrong. But yeah, unfortunate. I'm sure he's adjusted those numbers since. So
John looking really racy here on Nick McIndoe.
yes.
Sizing him up, nowhere to go, coming through 2-3. Turns 2-3.
Nick covering his line well.
Yep. Farmer ranging up on the back of the team car, of the 97 car ranging up on the 1 car here. So this is a good start for Farmer. Gonna just jump back there, Dave. I can see a bit of action with Kenny and
Jeffro and Stephen are at it.
back at it. They sure are. They sure are. So this is a role reversal. Obviously, Jeffro getting the measure of Steve-O in race 1. At the end, Steve-O will be awake to that and looking to make amends, I think. We'll just pick up on the Anthony Chesney car here, mate, because he's putting a lot of heat on. He's putting a move on Kenny down the inside of one, and he's backed out of it. Kenny's closed the door there, carried on. Just stick with this for a couple of seconds, and Kenny really sideways into two. That's going to compromise him. He's hit the wall.
Oh, he did touch the wall there.
He's lost a couple of spots. He's actually lost about 5. He's just trying to cycle this thing back up.
He actually looks a little wounded there, so you see how that car's steering at the moment.
What he's like, he'd be a bit tentative over this left-hander in the back.
I think so, that rattled him.
Okay, we've got Farmer dropping down the order there, so I'm not sure what's happened there. But yeah, Farmer's dropped down the order, so...
Farmer looked like he was into the wall, on the way down the hill there. Oh, that's unfortunate. He's had a tough round so far, so...
He's going to pick up with Jeffro here, Davo, because he has got some heat on Steve Melling at the moment.
Well, that was a battle that was always going to happen pretty well. They've always been as close last race, and both cars looking speedy, very competent drivers.
Yeah, Steve-O covering down into 2. Jeff, you're looking for a great exit here. Ooh, very close to rubbing him up there, but gives Steve-O the better drive off that corner, so I don't think a lot will happen this lap there for those two boys. Just ranging up in the background as he was in the race before was Aztec sitting there in 7th position, so that's another good effort. Aztec looking really comfortable on this track.
It's a very busy midsection of the field. I noticed just out the back there, Farmer's looks like he's touched the same wall he touched in race 1.
He's struggling.
He's climbing back on track. Yeah, it's definitely struggling to find balance in on this track, or either in the car or whatever. And then Kenny off track again, coming on the final corner. So some of the boys struggling to find some balance in their cars and their tyre, or maybe fuel combinations. So you're just going to see how it just pans out as the stint goes on.
What can you tell us, Davo, about these guys tonight? Particularly, I'm going to call on the Ross Mack and Nick McIndoe and John McDonald battle up the front here. What can you tell us about the tyre selection from these guys, mate? Are they all on the super soft, or is Ross opted for a different tyre than those 2 cars behind him?
Yeah, good question.
Because I just noticed that young Josh has already made 4.5 seconds on Ross, and Ross falling back into the clutches of Nick McIndoe and John McDonald here. So he just looked at the start of that last lap, he looked a little vulnerable. I just wonder whether these guys were running with rubber or whether there was a mistake that we didn't quite see there.
Well, definitely the guys up the pointy end are running on the super softs, so as we expected.
Yeah, I tell you what, mate, I've just jumped on board with this battle here with John McDonald and Nick McIndoe, Davo, and John Boy is looking really racy. I think that if he could get past Nick, I feel like he could almost head up the road and put a bit of pressure on Ross. And
on Ross there.
And yeah. Ross is just creeping away a little bit, so John will be aware of it, and I'm pretty sure he wants to get this done on Nick, but Nick won't give this up.
pretty tidy driver. He doesn't make too many mistakes. It'll be a long way around, Nick, I think.
Yeah.
For John.
Yep, no, she'd be a hard task, I think.
Yeah.
Stephen's still holding off his burst at the minute too as well, and Aztec tucked in behind those guys. Ash Verdiger is chasing down B-Dog. I think I saw Ash have a little moment earlier on, maybe lap 1 or 2. But yeah, he's probably not showing as well as I thought he might at Sandown. He's sitting in 12th, which is a solid position. Ash is a guy that quite often will run with Stevo and Aztec, and he's just a little bit off the pace at the moment tonight. I don't mean no disrespect, I just really hasn't quite found the car balance here, or just other factors have jumped into play.
Yeah, but like I was saying earlier, this track is so technical, at the pace of it and the off-camber corners in it. Even some of the faster guys are still, look unsettled, even though they're doing good times. So, it's easy not to just be hooked up here and be losing a lot of time. So.
Yep, Stevo not looking as comfortable as he did in race 1. He just had a little run wide out of 1. Jeffro nearly getting the job done on him there, but Stevo just managing to hold the inside line to the next one, but it did certainly probably get his heart rate up. Josh stretching that out to 5.8 seconds now over Ross, so
yeah, no, that's nice.
Certainly got his head down at the moment, and Jeffro Stevo battle this is the battle of the moment.
It's ramping right up, and haven't driven around Stephen before. I'll be interested to see how he handles it. He's got a few more years under his belt these days, but I'll be interested to see how he handles Jeffro's pressure. Jeffro's car's fast.
It does look a lot quicker than probably the start of the race before. I mean, we know through the broadcast, Davo, that Jeffro's car does get better as the stints go on. So good to see him with some early pace, whether he's made some pressure changes on the setup or really he's just decided to attack early. I'm not sure, but it does look fast.
Oh, look, he left it there and got the run out of the corner onto the back straight there. Oh, it's still
tucked right under that wing.
It's not long enough. Straight, so.
Yeah. It's around 900 odd meters, that one. So if you can't get it done there, there's probably nowhere else but the front straight.
Well, Melling's obviously got a pretty handy package there himself, so. Yeah, good battle. What have we got going elsewhere? Because that is just, I could watch that all night. That looks awesome.
So obviously, John McDonald is still hot on Nick McIndoe's heels, and that's Racing Carlo just having a bit of a moment there, and the boys getting through on him, so that's just dropped him down a lap. So he's had some issues at the start of this one, but we've seen that he will dig in, and he won't go anywhere. He'll keep pressing on, because there could be some other guys back here that have some issues as well. So JB all over Nick McIndoe like a cheap suit.
Mate, pressure 110%, I think, from John at the moment.
And so Ross not making a lot of ground on these guys. I mean, he's still just up the road there, so there's a couple of seconds in it, but not unobtainable if he makes a mistake, or I can't help but think that strengths and weaknesses at the moment, because we see the back part of the track there, Nick's car looking very, very sharp. Just picked up on a move here with Anthony Chesner, the two Nissans, Anthony Chesner and David, so that move was done, so that's David through on Anthony there, getting it done
And nicely
before
done.
turn
Well,
one, yes.
good pass. He's just got to focus, hit his marks, and off he goes. Nice work. Nice work from
Kenny recovered
David.
nicely, Davo, after that early incident where he tagged the wall down at 3. He's just raging up on the back of Ashley at the moment, currently in 13th. Good to see Kenny bounce back, use the pun from that incident on the wall, and get his race back on track. That's Dave Smith having a big run wide down the bottom of the hill. And he loses that position back to Anthony Chester.
And B-Dog looks like he wants to have a crack at that.
And he does get it done, but he runs deep as well. These guys giving each other some room.
Nice work, boys.
This will go on all the way down to 1. B-Dog with the preferred line, but definitely Dave Smith with the better run off to the final corner.
Ashley within pouncing distance right behind the two, just waiting for, oh dear, who's that? That's Anthony Chesner.
Yep, he's
spinning around in the grass. Kenny's just all over this.
Yeah, hey look, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from these guys as well. Obviously I don't want to take anything away from these guys battling up the front, and I have got my eyes casting there up to the Jeffro, Stevo, John and Nick battles, and I can see those margins are still very tight, but props to these guys racing here for 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, because these guys are bunched up. Once again, B-Dog backing up another solid effort. He's in there, he's getting these laps banked, and he's racing so well at this track.
Oh, for sure. And like, although these guys might not be like hitting the marks, you know, perfect and getting the times like the boys up the front, there's no doubt that they're, you know, giving their best, and obviously, you know, spectacular to watch. They're very close racing, very tidy, heaps of respect on track. So yeah, awesome to watch.
Yeah, so Kenny's brought back into this. This should be nice. So this will be good for Kenny. You know, he probably thought for a minute there that he might be running the solo race tonight out there after that incident, but he's on the back of us, and he'll have a good time shortly, I'm sure, trying to work over the 99 car competitor. So just jump back up the road and just see if this is raging on, and it sure is. Stevo's still holding off Jeffro, and Nick McIndoe's still holding off JB, and obviously yeah, Ross Mack is still just in the front there, and around 5.5 seconds up the road is Josh. So just have a quick look at Josh and see how he's rolling, and just jump on board the man himself and watch a bit of the wheel work coming down on road here. Just coming up behind the 23 Red Falcon of Pete Apsey. Keep giving him some space, but it cost Joshy a couple of tenths, but got it done cleanly.
Yeah, nice etiquette from the back markers there. Clearly know the fast guys are coming up through, and plenty of space. Well done, good timing.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, nice work. So yeah, Josh on fire at this track. I think we knew he was going to be quick here, but just showing a really good clean set of heels. So just move back, just Aztec in a little bit of a lonely 7th position at the moment. He's got a few seconds up the road, Jeffro and Stevo. He can see them every time he hits these big straights, but
yeah,
he's kind of locked into this zone here where he's got nobody quite with him. So this will be hard work to maintain this, because I guess you can fall a little flat when you're just hitting the numbers or hitting the apexes and no one else around you to sort of get the heart rate up. So props to Aztec, they've been a solid 7th position, and once again Aaron Enright, this is a solid show from this guy who's just improving week to week, learning lots, and running this car inside the top 10 so early in the piece for his sim racing exploits is such a good effort.
Yeah, lovely looking car that too. He's been doing okay. You know, he's had the, you know, obviously a little bit of a struggle with setup here and there, and you know his confidence. But car looks awesome. You know, he's clean driver. It's awesome to watch.
Yep. Hey, so I'm just going to jump back up here, Davo, and just see what's going on here, and might grab a quick word. He won't like it, but I might just grab a quick word from John McDonald on what the situation is with him and Nick McIndoe at the moment. So we'll go searching and see if we can't get some comms on him, mate.
Let's do that.
Alright. G'day JB, it's Davo&Jandalman here. We've got you going live. We know you're in the heat of a battle, but we've been watching you, mate, and how's things going out there?
Sorry, buddy. Just lit traffic.
Yeah, no, you're right. We'll just leave you for a minute. Let you get this done through this busy moment, and we'll pick back up, mate. Got a front straight here. Hopefully these guys pull over and give you a bit of space, mate.
Yeah, look, the lit traffic is starting to play a part now, and so I'm just breaking concentration here.
You're right, mate. Hey, look, we might leave you with it for a minute, mate. We probably picked you up at a bad time. We'll let you press on. Best of luck. You look like you've been working over the 9 car of Nick McIndoe, and looked like you had some early pace, but just not quite in the right places.
Keep it up,
that's
John.
right. The car's starting to come on a bit better at the last end of the Tyson here, so seems to maintain a bit of longevity, and it's soft at the end, so we'll go long to halfway and push another 30 after halfway on the supers again.
Nice. Oh, looking good down the hill there, mate. Nice and tidy.
I think we just got to get the fuel, stop a little bit longer for fuel. I think that's going to play a big factor at the end of the race.
Yep. Oh, looking good, mate. Hey, look, it's looking nice and tidy. You've applied heaps of pressure to Nick. Obviously, Nick up to the task of maintaining it at the moment, but I know you'll play the long game, mate, so best of luck, and we'll talk to you post-race.
All good. Hey, boys.
Yeah, mate.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, probably picked him up at a bad time there, working that traffic over. That probably couldn't have gone any worse.
Yeah,
but,
look, nice work from John there. Cool as a cucumber, mate. Just didn't phase him hardly at all, and you know, job at hand in front, and quick chat on the mics. So yeah, all kudos to him. Well done, John.
Hey, they've got a little bit of fresh here. We might take a minute just to grab the old cool as a cucumber, Nick McIndoe, mate, and just have a quick word with him, because he's always good for a chat. G'day, Macca. Hey, got you on board. Race comms, mate. Davo&Jandalman.
G'day, Macca.
How's it, boys?
Mate, it's going well. Hey, you just weathered a shitload of storm from John McDonald on the rear bumper. I know your eyes will be forward right now because you got a little air gap after that lap traffic, mate. What's the plan? You know, I can't help but think that there's a little bit of rubber banding here. There's ebbs and flows. Have you got the goods for this car up the front or what?
Oh, mate, we'll just chip away at it, and see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you've got the right fuel numbers for your stops?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so.
Nice. Yeah, obviously we saw him run into some issues, mate. Hopefully you boys aren't going to do that race too.
Nah, we'll be right, hopefully.
Nice. Oh, look, mate, will you press on, and best of luck to you. See if you can get past that Russ Macca car and get yourself up into second like you did in race 1, mate. Best of luck, and we'll talk to you post-race.
Yeah, well done, Nick.
Cheers, boys.
See you, mate.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, he sounded quite confident.
Boys do well. And again, you know, these guys are so focused on what they're doing, and they can still just click back and have a quick chat like that.
Hey, just picked up
level.
there, Davo. What happened to Jeff Burst? Did he make an early stop, mate, or did he make a mistake? He must have made a mistake, because if he made an early stop, he would be significantly further back than that, I would have thought.
Yeah, there you go. We've missed that. I must take a quick run down to the pits a little later and
yeah, see if you can grab.
Catch one of the boys and their pit stops, and have a quick natter in the ear, and it's getting close. So
Yeah, so we're approaching 37. We'll see a fair bit of movement over the next 5 minutes, I would think, Davo. But that's given Steve-O a bit of breathing space. Obviously, the car behind him at the moment on the road is Bear Grylls, who's currently a lap down, and his fight's probably with Pete Apsey in the 23 red car and Farmer in the 97 Gisbergen car. So Stephen's doing a great job. I'm not quite sure what did happen to Jeffro there, but that's a real shame because that battle was just raging on. Aztec sitting back there, so he obviously benefited from Jeff coming off there as well, picked up a position.
yeah,
So did Aaron. Aaron up into 7th.
yeah. Well, until we know, did Jeff come off or did he come into the pits there? We clearly missed something there. So
Yeah.
be interesting to see what the feedback is at the end of the race and all through the pit stop and see what's going on.
Yeah, I think these guys really starting to run into some tyre issues, mate, because we're seeing a lot of lock brakes now, a lot of run wides down the bottom of the hill.
And there's some super softs. Some of these boys, probably half the field is running a super softs. Yeah, and if they've been pushing hard, they'll be getting a bit worn.
Just looking at Jeff, I think he has made a mistake, mate, because he's all over the back of Aaron at the moment. He's in recovery mode. This is your current points leader.
Narrow yields.
So the current, obviously I didn't quite see what Josh was doing, but the Ross, Nick and John trading times, those last laps there in the low 9s. John actually having the better out of all three of them that last lap. So John is showing a little bit more pace than Nick, who was showing very similar pace to Ross Macca.
Oh, it's so close, J-Man. How close are these guys' tires?
They are incredibly close.
And yeah, half an hour into the hour-long race, and on the bumpers, mate. It's awesome.
Absolutely. Just those guys working through a lot of traffic at the moment too.
They are.
Nick's just come up on the back of Anthony Chesner, who's given him some space to go down the inside into the second to last turn there. Great bit of driving from both those guys, Nick to get the job done, and also Anthony to give him the space. Because obviously John's not too far in behind. There is the 97 car in between them, so don't get confused there. It's not that close. That is Farmer.
Yeah, unfortunately for Farmer, early on the race there, he's just in that first complex of corners, just got a bit of tail and nudged that close wall that's right up against the track there, and yeah, unfortunate. It's put him way back again.
Yeah, so Jeff getting that move done while the camera's away on Aaron Enright for 7th position. So well done to Jeff there, getting that move back and even looking up the road to Aztec. But he's got a fair way to go to get to him, so he'll be hoping for something special in the pits.
Yeah, coming down to that halfway mark, it'd be interesting to see how these boys, like after talking to the two guys up the front, they're going to run long. That's what I took from it, and try and run a short stint on the super soft at a higher pace for the last stint. Interesting to see what the middle and the top part of the pack's going to do.
Yeah. So no movement as of yet.
No.
As far as the pits go, I'm not sure. Probably I'm going to say within the next 2 to 3 laps you might want to wander down there.
You'd think so, eh? Then we start coming in, and yes, I think I might go for a run down, see what's going on, watch the cars come in.
Right, mate.
I'll be back soon. I'll meet you down there.
So just picking up here, John McDonald. He's still looking up the road at Nick McIndoe. No cars between them now. Oh, no cars between them now. So John's done a good job of bridging that gap back there. So his car's looking solid at the back end of this stint. Even not that far behind them. I mean, you know how accurate Steve-O's been with the stops in the past, so I think we'll see him hit it on the button. And Steve-O's in, and I'm not sure, but we could have Davo down in the pit lane.
Oh, down in the pits here.
Nice.
I'm at Stephen Melling's box here. Watch him come in here. We got him in the channel here.
Alright, we'll just we'll see where he is. We got him on board, Davo.
We got him. Steve.
Hey there, Davo.
Oh, mate.
What a quick stop.
Yes,
What
a
a
little bit
quick
of fuel.
stop.
After the tyres were done, not too much time. I think we're going to be safe on fuel.
Wow.
Not sure where Jeffro is. He must be close.
Great battle with
He's
Jeff,
right
mate.
behind you, pal.
That's where I want him.
Right, did we miss something? Did Jeffro actually make a stop, Steve-O?
He stopped early.
Wow.
About 5 minutes early.
Okay, so you're looking like you'll have a better tyre towards the end as well.
Yes. Did he jump on softs or super softs? Can you tell me that?
We probably shouldn't divulge the information, Steve.
Oh,
So we'll just let you go now, and
Hey, look, he's on your bumper, mate. You had a great
Yep.
opening stint. We're going to leave you to it, mate, so we don't upset your rhythm too much. But hey, give us some
Nice
more of the
work.
same, mate, because it was looking pretty good.
Yes, buddy.
All right,
Make
mate.
up for the first race.
Yep, sounds good, mate. Well done,
well
Davo.
done, Steve.
Well done, Davo. Good call, mate. Hey, that was a pretty lightning quick stop. No quicker than we had picked him up on comms. He was getting dropped off the jacks and he was on his way, so
He was well on his way.
he's absorbing some pressure right now.
I had to run down the pits beside him with the microphone.
Well
J-Man,
done.
you
I
know,
could
like,
just see it, mate. I could
it's
see
the
it.
commitment. From
Absolutely.
The comms team here, it's impeccable. So.
I hope you had your high vis on.
Oh.
Hey, look, he's just weathered that opening lap. Obviously, he was on a cold tyre, and Jeffro caught him up on a race-ready tyre. So
He did.
that's a good job from Steve-O, because I think if he was going to get taken, that was probably at his most vulnerable. Jeff's still looking racy, and we saw in the opening part of the race, I think Jeff's car did look better than Steve-O's in the first part of the stint.
Yeah. Jeff went in, oh, mate, it must have been 4 or 5 laps ago, nearly. Jeez, it's a long run to the finish, mate.
Yeah, I
So,
think Steve-O did call it 5 laps earlier, so
yeah,
he'd be asking a lot of that tyre at the end.
he will be.
Okay, so hey, just picking up. So obviously we've had a change at the front because Josh has come in and done a stop. We've missed that, but he's.
We have Aztec in the pits now as well in the Castrol Nissan.
Yep, and somebody else is just leaving.
Anthony Chesner's just leaving.
Right, so we just picked up on Ross Mackey here, and I'm pretty sure this guy will be heading towards pit lane as we speak, Davo. So we'll just stay with him and just see what happens there.
Long stop for Aztec as he drops it off the jacks. He's out.
Ross Mack is staying out, so
Oh, that's an interesting.
yeah, looking for the long first stint, and maybe
There you go. Interesting call.
yeah. Okay, so Nick and John not separated by a lot again. Looks like John just got tucked in behind B-Dog there. I don't know whether that can't be for position, because those guys had actually let B-Dog earlier. So.
Yeah, I don't think so. What is for position is, though, David Smith, Ashley Redditor, and Aztec, and
Yes.
Kenny.
Okay, so
And
what
they're
a,
in formation.
yeah, okay, big lock up down the bend of the hill from Pete Apsey there, just picked up on that in the long range view of the camera. That is Aztec and
Ashley in front.
Ross has caught these guys up, so Ross
He has.
clearly hasn't stopped yet. He's caught up to the back of these guys. It'll be interesting to see whether he peels off.
Yes, there he goes.
He does. We might just see if we can grab this guy and have a quick word. Hey, got you going live there, Ross. Just see you pulled up in pit lane, mate. How's things going? You've looked like you've had a pretty action-packed race with Nick McIndoe keeping your rear vision mirrors full.
Yeah, it's just I should have picked super softs. Couldn't get any heating.
Right, so have you put supers on now, buddy?
Yep.
Nice, nice. I'll be interested to see where you file out here into traffic, mate. We won't hold you up for too long, but looking like a really good race from you at this point.
Yeah, let's hope I can keep it going.
Cool, mate.
Yeah,
hey,
nice work, Ross.
all the best, Ross. We might talk to you post-race, but best of luck for the second half, mate.
Thank you.
Wow, so he did all that on a soft tyre, not a super, so that's a solid
There you
effort.
go. Yep.
I did ask the question
Very
early,
nice.
you know, because those boys are ranging up on him. Nick will be on a hot tyre here too, Davo, so...
Yeah, and definitely got the pressure on straight away. The blowtorch is being applied to the back of the Nissan. And let's just see how Ross handles the cold tyre here. Oh, very nice, tidy work from Ross. Even out of that that unusually apexing final turn, Ross on the cold tyre just walks away from Nick. Well done.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, shout out to Joshy. He's some 18 seconds up the road, so he's done nothing wrong this race up to this point, other than avoid the camera by being in a different postcode.
Absolutely.
Props to you, Josh, mate. I know you probably have a look at these things back later, and mate, we're hoping that somebody might have given you a little bit more of a challenge here, but hey, look, you're out there doing the business, so well done, Josh.
And the camera guys just can't keep up with that thing. So
It's pretty tough. Hey, so just jumping on the back here, we'll just jump on the back of this pack here. These guys have picked up a little bit of lap traffic here, so hopefully that car just moves off the racing line pretty quickly and lets these boys go, which he has.
Oh, where are you at? Sorry, I was just picked up on Stephen Milling.
Yep.
Had a B-dog out of control coming down off the hill.
Yep.
Very scary moment.
They got past them okay though, huh?
Very, very close. Jeff Rose just raised up on him a little bit, but it's like 40 minutes in to an hour-long race, and it just looks like the end of a 20-minute race. Going on at the moment. It is fierce.
What do you reckon, Davo? Should we rattle old Simo and get him down here in the box and see what's happening in Simo land?
That'll be interesting.
Right, we're all about interesting. G'day Kenny, Davo&Jandalman here. We got you going live, mate. How's things going, pal?
G'day, Simo.
Good, mate. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you loud and clear, pal. Hey, you've had a pretty exciting, pretty eventful race. We saw you get tangled up and have a little bit of contact down on the wall in between 2 and 3 early in the piece. Looked like you recovered from that pretty well, though.
Yeah, it's a bit been up and down for me, but yeah, she's a hard one. She's just really concentrate trying to pick these fast boys, but they're pretty quick.
They're pretty quick, aren't they?
Hold up here.
Yeah, so he's just come out of pits, mate. He'll be on a cold tyre, and that is for position, mate.
Oh,
so,
he's catching.
He's got the boys behind him, so he's letting
good work, Ken.
Go. Well done, Ken.
Yeah, well done, Ken. Great vision,
nice
mate.
effort,
I didn't
buddy.
see those guys myself, so well done to you and Dave for letting those boys get the passing
Yeah,
done.
no, I tell you what, they're on the ball, aren't they? They're doing well.
Yep, no, you're doing pretty sharp too, brother. Hey, so you're currently sitting 11th, so just one position outside the top 10, and if you keep the pressure on that guy in front, mate, it'd be good to see you make a top 10, Ken.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to pay more, I think, and hopefully we can get him.
Good one,
That's
Simo.
okay.
Well done, mate. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, look, we'll leave you to it, mate. Talk to you post-race, but cheers for the chat.
Thank you.
Good on you,
Yes.
Simo.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, there you go. So, yeah, Kenny's got his eyes forward. He wants that top 10 spot.
He does, and loves the Ford brand. Wants to show that it's up to the task. He's doing well.
Hey, just pan your camera back, Davo, on the 1 car on chasing the 9 car. That was pretty close to having a lunge for a move down into 1 there before. So yeah, JB looking racy again on Nick McIndoe. So interested to see how this shakes out.
And this is going to go down to the wire, as I think the Jeff Rowe, Steve Milling issue is going to go down. I haven't looked back at that lately, but yeah, still staying in touch.
Oh, he's looking for an outside move.
He is looking for an outside move, which we did call earlier. If he's going to go around, they're going to be on the outside.
Yeah.
Nick just runs such a freaking tiny line.
He's got a half chance up the inside. Great drive.
He's put the pressure on. Well done.
Yeah, great pressure. Nick might be looking for a switchback.
Very well done. A little bit of back marker action up here.
Yep.
I'm sure the boys will be respectful and let these guys go. But what a move. That was a series of corners that he's slowly put the pressure on. Got across.
Well done, Pete. Great vision, Pete. Thanks for the
Nice
letting
work.
those boys go. Hey, so that's effectively a 40-minute move if you calculate what these boys did in the opening stint.
Yeah. And you've just got to flick back to the Stephen Jeffro. Just have a quick look at this stuff.
Yeah, mate.
The boys.
I must have read your mind there, Davo.
Really well done.
That Summit car looking really good down the hill. I meant to comment on it earlier, just the way that it soaks up those curves over the top looks really good, which puts them in a good position down the bottom of the hill not to get taken down the inside.
It changes direction really well. It's almost like he hardly doesn't use a lot of the curve, which the boost car looks like it's using more. So
yeah,
yeah, he's definitely got it dialed in suspension-wise. And tricky to do with these things. It's hard to get that balance, isn't it? You know, whether it can ride the curves or not.
So what's the call, Davo? You know, I mentioned earlier that I thought that if JB could get past the 9 car and Nick McIndoe, that he'd press on and make some margin and hunt down Ross Macker. He's already made a little bit of margin on Nick McIndoe there. Now, what's the call? Do you think he can catch this Castrol car of Ross Macker?
Mate, I think he could catch it. Whether he could pass it is another thing.
Yeah. Well, we'll monitor those margins and see what comes of it. But given that Ross held both these boys out through the opening stint on a soft tyre,
yeah,
you'd have to favour Ross here. But I think he would have had a clear advantage at the back of the stint. But he drives pretty straight. So just watch these margins. Jeffro still working over the back of Stevo. The field relatively spread out. Kenny's still tucked in behind Dave. Dave's actually made a little bit of margin there. Ash managed just off the back of camera shot a few times tonight. I've seen Ash run into some braking issues down the bottom of the hill, and even a couple of little run wides out of turn 1, and he's managed to maintain this top 10. He's obviously sort of recovered okay and got reasonable car pace to stay up there.
yeah, although a little awkward, he's he has managed to keep the pace up, and yeah, he held a good position, been in the top 10. You know, it's good for championship points.
Yeah, for sure. But just watching Farmer is obviously a lap down on Jeffro and Stevo, but what could have been, because obviously now that he's you know, got his rhythm, he can run these guys' pace. You know, these guys are running 5th and 6th. So
yeah,
clearly shows if Farmer gets all his stars aligned, he could run with these boys. He's just had a bit of misfortune and bad luck, and it's a shame because he could run with these boys.
Oh, I agree. I think he could easily run with these guys, given the seat time during the week. Again, like I said earlier, it's you really need your setups sorted, tick all the boxes, get the time in the seat. Oh, I'm just back on Chesner and B-Dog and the boys at the back here, and a little bit of a bloody battle going on. They're doing their own thing out here, and it's
Oh,
a bit of biff and barge. Who's that?
that was Carlo round the back, just had a slow yaw spin.
Unfortunate there. Just trying to pick up the loud pedal too early, and yeah, getting punished. But the it's B-Dog Chesner battle here. These guys are tied.
Oh, and it's so close, mate. Just watching Anthony on the back of B-Dog out of turn 3 there. And he was so close. He was just trying to get that power down.
Oh, just gets the slip, and he's got to pull back off on it, because it's just too close to the corner. Very nice stuff. Good spatial awareness.
Yeah, that 23 Caruso car's got plenty of turn in it by the look of it.
It does.
They're just making the apex just a little easier than the 888 Lowndes car.
Yeah, yeah, it just looks like it's using less curve. It's just not working so hard for it, doesn't it? And even there, where it kicks it back out. So
and they got young Joshy, he's coming through. I'll just pick up on Joshy here. Joshy's still coming through. He'll go and put these guys another lap down. Doing his thing out there in no man's land out the front. He's now looking like he's nearly 25 seconds ahead, so fighting it through turn 1. All the car control. Gets plenty of respect and space from the industrial athlete car.
Throws it out there to pick the perfect line, and the boys just back off and let him take it. It's pretty to watch, really, the way the guys are aware of everybody else around them, so it's good.
Yeah, Owen doing a great job of giving him some real estate there too. That was cool. So great effort from Owen out there. Currently running 16th, putting the laps in, which is all good experience. These things not an easy car to drive, so just looking up the road, that battle up the road. So Ross Macca making a pretty good air gap on John McDonald. So you know, obviously John can't go with Ross at the moment, and Nick's just having a little bit of a battle back towards John. So we'll have to be a bit careful, and
a little bit of
Pete Apsey there running deep.
there. Yeah, just enough to take the concentration away from the boys. You know, they're in their own battle there, but that's part of the gig. And even Stephen and Jethro just getting a bit of space between each other, and looks like the boys are just settling into a bit of a rhythm here, and just sort of trying to bring the cars home. Difficult track. It's been a difficult round.
Yeah, well, this is we may see stuff start to happen as we have in previous rounds here, Davo, because I mean with just under 13 minutes to go. You know, there's still a lot of racing to happen yet on a minute 8, minute 9 lap. You know, there's still the best part of 11 laps to go here. Obviously we've got plus a lap at the end of this time certain race. So there's still a lot of racing, so albeit you say, you know, guys sort of settling in and probably just hitting their marks, the concentration levels now getting late for some of these boys. You know, I expect that with maybe 5 minutes to go, as we've seen in previous rounds, things to start bunching up in certain areas. Obviously not with probably Josh and maybe not Ross, but
and Ross,
certainly Nick's looking at putting a
John
move
and
on.
Nick.
Yeah.
Oof. That's another story.
Yeah, this was never going to be over.
It has seesawed the whole night, hasn't it?
It has. Hey, let's just remember back to the Jeff Rose Stevo battle.
Yeah.
Jeff came in 5 laps prior to Steven's stop, so Steven could be in a pretty good position here for securing the fifth.
I think so, and Jethro definitely pulled back a few car lengths on Steven earlier, and I just don't think he's got the raw pace and the connection with the car. So John and Nick here, though, is a different situation. I think these guys are right on point with their setups, and this will go down to the wires.
So that Monaro painted car there is a lap car. I would have expected that to yield. I'm not quite sure what went on there, or it's certainly the pack is bunched a bit, probably in John and Nick's favour here. So
yeah, I just see. I think it's Ross there. Just pulled a. Is that a quickest lap time? Oh wait.
okay, so he's let him go now. Well, he looks like he's let him go. He has. He's pulled off the line and let him go. But that certainly benefited John and Nick substantially as far as the gap was concerned, because they're only about a second off of him now.
They are. Oh, I'm sure Ross is up for the challenge.
Yeah,
so,
100%.
He's a fairly focused driver, so I can't see the problem here. He'll look in the mirror, measure him up, and I think he'll just keep the foot firmly planted.
Well, it's a unique situation at the moment as well, Davo, because, you know, as much as JB wants to look up the road at Ross Macca and maybe grab one more on the podium, he has got this line car of Nick McIndoe all over him. And he only needs a little mistake just like that out of one for him to have a half a look.
It ramped up quickly there, didn't it?
Mate, I'll tell you what, the heart rate would have gone up then.
You start getting that overlap, and you know when you know anything could happen in the next corner.
Quite like the look of Nick's car down through here. It's making that apex at the top of the hill really, really nicely.
Yeah, I reckon the cars that ride off, you go through the left hand off the top of the hill, and the cars that ride off that first right hand kink are the ones that brake better down the end. You've got to get the car to settle on that right hand kink after the left off the top of the hill, and I tend to agree. I think Nick's car's just riding that better than John's car, so...
Yep. John's clearly got advantage onto the two big straights, because he comes off of that final corner so nicely and just makes a little margin there. That's where he put the pass on earlier.
Yeah, great straight line speed. And the line's different.
It is different.
Yeah.
So Stevo making a little bit of ground now on Jeff Rowe.
I would have thought so. I think Jeff came in a little early, so I think that's punished him really a bit there.
Aztec's still doing a great job in 7th, but quite a way back on Jeff now, so it's clearly the top 6 in this field for this particular race have managed to just check out. spread out quite a lot.
It has, and there's some pretty beaten looking cars down the back there.
Yeah, how's that B-Dog Anthony battle going? Still going?
Oh, mate.
It is.
It's been a ding-dong, mate, the whole night.
And Kenny still hasn't really made too much inroads on that 10th position after we spoke to him on David Smith. So Mumsy doing a job there for the top 10. And Ash Vertiger still battling away, good away up the road. Aaron. So yeah, there's a little bit of a way up the road. So yeah, so still good battles going on, but I think it's still with the battle pack is probably still with Nick McIndoe and
I
John
think
McDonald.
so. I mean, the car off in front, one of the back markers is just a little bit wide. I hope he's got an eye in the mirror for the boys to come past. Nice tidy work. Clock's winding down.
It is 6.5 minutes. That last 6 minutes went pretty quickly actually. So
Hey, I think the heart rate on these two boys would be well up. I'm sure these next 6 minutes are going to go pretty bloody quickly.
yeah, no, good couple of Waikato boys there. So I'm sure these guys, no matter which way this falls, will have a beer and a little bit of a chin wag and laugh about it. Maybe even this weekend being a supercar weekend.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Macca hosted us the other weekend actually, so we know he'll be watching it. So JB might, depending on which way this goes, get an invite or not.
That's true.
Hey, thanks to all our viewers and subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We welcome that, and hit the like button. Send us a comment. I'm not sure we've got anybody on the live chat at the moment, but we do appreciate all your support, and we do enjoy bringing this to you. And we will be here for round 6 all the way through to round 11.
We will. So click the button.
Hit the button.
Click whatever. Just click them. Whatever they are.
So Joshy getting out to over half a minute ahead now. He's a 31-second lead over Ross Macca, with John McDonald in third, Nick McIndoe close behind him fourth, Stephen Melling holding a solid fifth, Jeff Burst in sixth, Aztec still holding seventh, Aaron Enright with a quality drive in 8th position, Ash Vertiger in 9th, and David Smith aka Mumsy holding down 10th, looking strong. So that's your top 10 guys with
well done.
Just under 5 minutes to go. Another great showing from these guys. Props to all our guys through the field, right back down at the moment to Racing Mill for just sticking it in there. You know, we do appreciate guys when you have a bad night or you know, things don't go your way, just stick it in there and keep racing, because it's all experience.
Yeah, absolutely. The more time you're on track, you know, it counts so much with this stuff. You just got to know the tools you're working with, and it's good. Guys that hang in there, that's the way to go.
Just jumped on board with the 9-car Nick McIndoe riding roof cam, and just want to ride with him here on a lap. He got a little wide out of one there, but just to see how he attacks this lap. I mentioned before, Davo, that I thought his car, a lot of push there.
Oh!
A lot of push and a lot of oversteer too. So they're obviously running into a couple of tyre issues, and he may concede this now, but I thought this left-hander coming up here that he's approaching, I thought his car looked very, very good there in the lap prior to this. But,
that is the biggest mistake I've seen him make for the whole race.
Thought B-Dog got a really bad time there over the top.
Yeah.
B-Dog doing a great job to give him space to do.
Yeah. I'll be back in a sec.
Rightio, mate. Okay, so I'm just, for the viewers, I've just jumped on the roof cam of Johnny Mac as well. So JB, sort of a last charge with 3 minutes to go on Ross Macca. I'm not sure whether Ross ran into traffic the wrong time there, or John's just on a bit of a charge. But this is tightened up once again. kind of been a little bit like this all night with these guys, a little bit even flow, but can't help but think at the moment Ross is striving to a fuel number or maybe his tyre, and he's doing enough. Props to you, Ross. Great drive tonight. 2.5 minutes to go. Drop down the field and just pick on the Stevo. Great battle. Okay, so Stevo's tucked in there. Coming up the back straight. Quite a way off of back and go, so that's not quite clearly something dramatic happens to fuel or something. Well, a lot of the guys running really deep down the end of the right there, just we're running into some tyre issues now. The one car of JB, still chasing Ross Becker, still got Nick McIndoe chasing behind. That won't give us up. Some of these guys could be fuel sensitive. Score 2 cars, try and fuel the last one. Obviously score. Dave Smith run out on the final corner and we score Ross Macca. Race 1 had to do a splash and dash with 1 lap to go, which cost him a podium. And obviously, probably not going to get that wrong this time.
Back.
Welcome back, Davo.
Who are we chasing here, J-Man?
Oh, I was just still jumped on board here with this Ross Macca, John McDonald and McIndoe battle seems to be still unresolved. There's a little air gap between them all, but can't help but think it's only a half a mistake away from a bit of a switch around. And so late in the piece it'd be a shame. Stevo's still a fair way off these guys, but he's got quite a good margin over Jeffro now, so I don't think that's going to change.
The pack's fairly well spread. Josh has got a good, nice, clear gap out in front.
Yes.
Just not missing a beat, as usual.
No. I think what you might see, mate, is just pick up on Joshy here. He is going to cross the line with 2 seconds to go. It will be right. 2 more laps to go.
It will be 2 more laps to go.
By 2 seconds, mate. So I wonder whether that plays a fact in anybody's
back
fuel.
Into John McDonald's and Nick McIndoe's shoes. The boys have been running tight on fuel all weekend here, so this will be interesting, J-Man. Let's see what happens.
Oh my gosh! I can feel it.
Laps,
I can feel it, mate. Somebody's going to be shy. Someone is going to be thinking that should have been the last.
Oh, I'm sure. There's a few guys that have won right off the throttle and just think, holy fuck.
So we've got a little margin actually. So Ross isn't backing out of it. He's staying in it. So I think he's fuel comfy.
Fuel comfy?
Yeah, mate. I think he's got the numbers right this time. I'm concerned about Devo because his top was very, very quick.
It was extremely quick. I know. I was the one trying to chase his car down the pit lane. But you can't back off. You know, like these guys they've got their positions, they just want to go to the end. It actually looks like Jeffro's probably back more than Stephen has, so...
Yeah, it does. It has that appearance. So, alright, so Joshy's on the last lap now.
Okay.
So just watch those margins.
Mac is just coming in through the first set of corners. Let's have a big look back.
Yeah, I think he's safe, mate, because he's still up it. So I just picked up on Joshy.
Nick McIndoe.
Coming across the line.
And the boys are still going hard.
Well
so.
done, Joshy. It's a big cheer for Joshy there to come through there. I'm just going to sit on the finish line here. I should be picking up Ross Macca as the next car on the lead lap to finish through. So
Yeah, he's just coming through the final complex of corners, and well done to Ross. Hitting the marks.
yeah, so here he
Well,
comes
good
down now,
race.
down the pit straight. So that's a solid effort for Ross.
John, JB.
The JB holding up Nick McIndoe for a podium third.
What a bloody race from those two.
Nick
Stevie
McIndoe
comes out of the
fourth.
last corner. You'll see him soon.
Good work.
And obviously Jennifer not too far behind. Well done, boys. What a top race.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So that was Stephen through a fifth. Jeff in sixth. Aztec coming through for a seventh position.
Nice work, Aztec.
Got a car
Top job from all the boys. What do we got a car out on
gone
track
into
over
the
here?
pit.
Ah, yeah, that's
Oh,
one
sorry,
of the that's the
Aztec.
Nessie.
So these guys are all classified because they're finished. So yeah, so we got Josh, Ross, John, Nick, Stephen, Jeffro, Aztec, Aaron, Ash Vittager, David Smith. That makes your top 10. Kenny, Simpson, Farmer, Anthony, Jake, B-Dog, Owen, Peter, and Racing Mule. That makes up your field. Quality nights racing from these guys. Thank you all for watching. As always, Davo, it's been a pleasure. And look forward to calling next week's one with you, pal.
Absolutely, and yourself.
All right, mate. Okay, thanks to our viewers. We'll leave you with it, and we'll go and have a coldie.
We will.